Hey guys, it's Mike the Wrestling God Smith, and you're watching All in Wrestling, the premier wrestling YouTube channel that focuses on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, 205 Live, Impact Wrestling, and many more. Alright, where do I begin? Because this is my Raw review. Where do I begin? So, just as I said in my predictions yesterday about the whole Batista and Triple H thing, so I'm gonna start with that actually, because I'm not angry. I'm seething a little bit, but I'm not that angry. So, Batista comes out, does a promo. He comes out with the security team, and Triple H does a promo and tells Batista to come out. Music hits, everybody pops, right? And here's the thing that was the dumbest thing with that whole promo bit with the back and forth. This dude said, "I'm not giving you anything. You don't deserve anything because you're a big star. You deserve to come back." And I get that, but Dave sounded like Batista sounded like a lunatic, like a stark raving lunatic, because the dude wants one match with Triple H at WrestleMania. Really, like, bruh, you had so many opportunities and you left, and I get that. But here's the thing that doesn't sit well with me. That whole segment was dumb. It was stupid. Like the kind of segment, that segment was dumb. That joke was stupid. Like, I don't even know what to say to that. And what really kind of bugs me is, like, you know what? Now we gotta wait. We're gonna see that match at WrestleMania 35, which that thing's probably gonna take someplace over the car with the Brock Lesnar and Seth thing. But that'll probably like a pre. That's gonna be like a kickoff show match, or a mid card, like near the end of the pay per view. I don't know. I just don't. Like, and I hope Steven Lawrence can talk about it like I did, but it's stupid. It's dumb. It's hilariously dumb. I mean, come on, bro. We don't want to see the rivalry. It's done. Leave it alone, Dave. Are you really trying to beat up Ric Flair for that? That's just salt. That's just being a salty dude. That's just being salty because you don't have the title and you don't. You're not Universal Champion. And I really want to see that because you lost with Evolution with against the Shield. And I get the point like with him, but like, I mean, come on. The promo thing was stupid. I felt, you know what? And that thing that ticked me off. I'm gonna give Raw a C minus because that junk was a C. That junk was a C. Like, come on, dude. I'm sorry, but really, we're doing that again. Like, we're doing this crap again. Like, we've been hearing it week after week, almost 4 weeks now. Like, dude, give it a rest. Like, I'm tired, bro. That's why I didn't even want to watch Raw yesterday. Like, it's so abysmal. Like, the segment was dumb. And this is what I mean with that. They keep killing the freaking rate. They keep killing the view. They keep killing the buzz with Raw. And that's why I like the ruthless aggression. Like, at least with the promos, they made a lot of sense. Because JR and King were there. And now the fact that we got to deal with freaking Batista and Triple H. Like, dude, I'm done. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, if you want Batista to be something, let that dude be Universal Champion so he can just shut up. Like, you're gonna give me what I want. We're gonna do this on my terms. Really? This dude sounds like a Don V-rated movie villain. I swear to God, like a James Bond villain. Like, we're gonna do this on my terms. Really? Oh my God, I wanted to slap that dude. That line was, "We're gonna do it on my terms," was stupid. Then they wanted to make the match no holds barred. Why don't you just do a whole harmless agreement and just call it a day, bro? Like, but Jesus, like, bruh, like, I'm so tired of hearing that, like, and that was the one segment, and the one thing, and I saw the Intercontinental match, like, Finn against Bobby again, like, dude, and that's what I mean, like, they can't find nothing for Bobby to do. And I feel bad for Leo Rush because that dude's not even getting nothing. Like, I hope that dude goes to. I really hope he goes to SmackDown and gets gets more airtime on SmackDown than Raw. Cause that dude is not getting nothing. I thought they just took him and just took him to give him to Bobby Lashley. And Bobby Lashley coming back for no reason. Like his return was okay because he came back, and I thought he would have fought Brock Lesnar and had that story with him that he never had in 2007 because he left. And I feel like now, and this is what I mean. Like, who is running the creative? Like what are they thinking? Because I feel like Bobby Lashley winning the Intercontinental title again is stupid. Because him having that title belt doesn't make any sense to have. Because he's like, it's like he's the only, him and Leo Rush are the only two that don't have a story. They don't have a storyline. Like he's just standing there with no storyline whatsoever. That's how I feel about it. Like, that dude has no point, no storyline whatsoever. And see, and this is where I kind of feel like they're just taking a bit from TNA and making him a champion. And that's why I kind of feel like Impact was making him be the grand champion. Because, like, when Global Force came out, and, like, everybody came, like, Magnus came, a bunch of dudes came, like, a bunch of extra dudes came, and Loki came back, and I knew about him, and Conan came back, and he was, and him being in LAX, and, like, I just didn't see the point of having him. It's like, Bobby's only there because the dude they need a decent intercontinental. He needs a decent intercontinental title run, and he was better being on ECW because he was ECW champion. Because ECW was actually another brand to bring in the dudes, and that's what I feel like. I feel like he's just there to take up space. And then then it was Nia, and then they had a Nia Jax and Bailey situation like promo segment, and Bailey and Nia Jax and Tamina were like, "Well, we're gonna get you guys to WrestleMania, and we'll take your titles." And I was just dumb because I'm like, "Yo, they're the only team they're fighting. They're not even messing with Carmella or Naomi at some point." And I probably would have liked that more because that would have actually given them a chance to bring the titles onto SmackDown. Because the women will want to be there more women on SmackDown than Raw. Like, come on. I feel like Nia Jax isn't really doing anything. And I feel like they're just using Tamina and Nia Jax to really. They're not even a powerhouse team. You got beat by Bailey because you thought you were going to outstrength her, and she actually knew how to counter everything you did. Same thing with Sasha. And I feel like, yo, like to the point, and I'm not trying to make a rant video about this, but the second, like, I feel like this is just a waste of time. I do. Like, I just feel like the women's tag team development thing was just to keep everybody's mouths watering, because there's only one, like, there's not a lot of airtime on Raw, because airtime on Raw doesn't mean anything. And I kind of feel like, yo, if y'all really gonna make the airtime about Raw, or at least try to make the championships seem like a little bit more relevant, why didn't y'all build up a team? Why didn't y'all build up Why didn't y'all take dudes from NXT when y'all had the chance and not just Nikki Cross? And I feel like that was a waste too. I feel like having Lacey Evans and Nikki Cross doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't. It's like a different ball game with them, and I feel like that was a waste of money. I feel like that was a waste of time they just put in because it was like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put you here, and then we're gonna put you on Raw, and we're gonna give you a shot. And that's what I felt like. I feel like that was her being in the Royal Rumble. Then her coming to Raw, which really didn't make any sense at all to anyone, even to me. And I feel like I usually don't complain about nothing. I usually don't complain about it. But to me, I kind of feel like that's a waste of time and money and effort that they could have been put in together if they actually tried to do a little bit more. But I realize that's kind of a waste of time. That's my point. I don't hate them, and I really don't like the idea of it. But them really trying to make some money, which really doesn't tick. It doesn't really tick my pique my interest because I feel like that's it, and I really kind of feel like because there's no contingency plan, or there's no plan at all for the women for next year anyway. Because what's end up gonna be happening, Sasha and Bailey are gonna end up going to they're gonna end up going to SmackDown. Like that's what's end up gonna happen. Like either Sasha's gonna go to SmackDown and then Bailey's gonna go, and then they're gonna take the people that are not really getting much time, like Nikki Cross, put her on SmackDown with Sanity to complete that thing. Lacey Evans is gonna have a little bit better time because that will give Asuka a new challenger too. And if I'm thinking about it like Street Fighter terms, Asuka's like the Chun Li of the WWE. She's really good, and I feel like her fighting against her fighting against Naomi is pretty good because they always have a fantastic match. Like that's my thing. They always have a fantastic match. And I kind of feel to that sense of the word, they what's the word I'm looking for? It's like they're doing SmackDown does great with the women's division. Raw does it. I kind of feel like now, especially now, like I don't hate Raw, and I'm not being biased about it. I'm seeing what there. It's like it's always a lackluster show. Like it shouldn't be that bad. If that's the flagship show of the WWE, why the heck are y'all? Why are you guys having these lackluster shows? That doesn't make any sense to me. That really doesn't. That's like me seeing a promo bit and seeing the promo open and seeing how that's gonna happen, and that doesn't happen. At least with Raw and the Ruthless Aggression era, they had big fights every week. And it wasn't just Triple H. It wasn't just Triple H and Shawn Michaels. It was John Cena, Y2J, Chris Jericho, Tristan and Tomko, like all these other dudes that were supposed to even Rob Van Dam when Stone Cold took over GM, and even with Eric Bischoff thing, even the co GM thing that was happening. That storyline actually made sense because it did. And that actually gave Raw a chance to be better and make more shows and make more titles and make more champions. Because they brought Goldberg in the mix, and Goldberg kind of turned everybody and said, you know what? Listen, dudes, I'm going to be the monster. You guys, I'm going to job you guys out. I'm actually going to be better. I'm actually going to be a good heavyweight champion. That's going to happen. And even with Chris Benoit, and even with him, before he went nuts. Like, they made sense with him. They did the same thing with Shelton Benjamin, too. They did the same thing with him. And Shelton had so much potential, but they screwed with him. And they tried to make that dude a singles competitor, and it worked. It works now, but it doesn't work even then. And that's what I mean. It probably would have worked if it was like the Gold Standard or American Alphas. Because it would have been Shelton Benjamin, Jason Jordan, and Chad Gable. Because Shelton would have made them, he would have made them stars. He would have got them the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. He would have had them, he would have had a U.S. title. He probably would have had an Intercontinental title too. He probably would have had that. And he probably would have been world champion too. Because that's what it would have happened to. And that's what I mean. Like now, even now, because I feel like even the Ruthless, they gotta take notes from the Ruthless Aggression era. They had guys in there, and that's what I mean. Like, how come you don't got guys at Raw trying to be like ambushing each other? Like that makes ratings too. When you got dudes beating the crap out of each other backstage near the arena, and you had dudes like you had really cool segments. Like you had John Cena go after a couple. He made a couple promos, and I like that when he was even being before he became Hustle, Loyalty, and Respect. That dude came out, been the Doctor Thugonomics, made so many gay jokes about Edge and Lita, and called her a slut because that was hilarious to me. In back in the day, it's still hilarious to me now. And calling her a hoe, talking about like how she has a lot of things in her mouth, and I was laughing about that. And I kind of feel like even with Booker T, like even with him being the whole King Booker shtick, and the King Booker shtick was kind of stupid to me too. Like they never talk about it. They never talk about it. Like they never really talk about Booker T's career, and he had a whole bunch of sticks. Like that dude went from being in Harlem Heat in WCW, then went to WWE, became a big star in WWE. Him becoming world, being brought the WCW title to the WWE after the big alliance thing, and that was the thing too, because I think WCW could have did better if they had a decent guy to run the show. And I get the reason Jim Cornette quit because that dude couldn't make any money off of people. That was the reason. Because Ted Turner just let Eric Bischoff run the show. That was the only reason. And if somebody like Vince could have ran WCW, and I think they would have won, and I really think they would have run. They would have won if Eric Bischoff was like Vince McMahon, where he didn't take a lot of crap, where he paid them the money. He didn't have to hire everybody. He didn't even have to steal everybody. And that was the thing. He could have signed them. He could have had Shawn Michaels, I think, at some point. He probably would have had Shawn Michaels in the NWO because Kevin Nash would have allowed it. Because it would have happened. Because Kevin Nash would have they would have got an idea. They would have said, let's bring Shawn Michaels into the outside. Let's bring him in. Let's see what he can do. He probably would have made a lot of money. He probably still would have got top buyer. He would have had a rivalry with Rick a couple of times. Even Sting. And that was something that could have happened too. And I feel like a lot of things in the Attitude Era could have happened if when Eric was like, listen, they're gonna steal one of our guys, we're gonna steal one of theirs. And that's what should have happened. All he did was basically take the dudes that weren't wrestling, like Ultimate Warrior, took him, because they couldn't do anything with Ultimate Warrior because he left. They took him and made him a star, a little bit of a star because of Hogan. And they took him. They changed Scott Steiner into this roided out freak, and I kind of got that, like, it was kind of stupid, and I get that point, but that was the reason too. And like I said, but my point is, Raw should be doing the things they did in Ruthless Aggression, where they should make the guy defend the title. That's why Raw yesterday was a C. The segments were okay. But, like I said, as soon as Seth gets that title, Raw will be back on top. But anyway, guys, comment and like and subscribe on this video. Peace.